right? And I thought, let's think about the caddis fly. So you have a question?
You even saw frog eggs there.
You did see frog eggs, yes, yes. And some of them maybe won't make it. Why? Because it's too dry, right, right. Well, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, let's look at the caddis fly. And what's really cool about the caddis fly is they are, I think of them as nature's builders.
Oh.
So the caddis fly is an aquatic insect. It'll come out of the water, only 2 weeks it'll live as an adult. And guess what? It doesn't eat the entire time it's an adult. All it does is mates and lays eggs. What a drag. But the caddis fly, if we could look at the next picture of the caddis fly, this is the adult right there. And the name, the caddis fly name comes from its hairy wings. The Greek named it, what they named it, the Latin name, or the scientific name, thank you, Clyde. The scientific name, oh, Caroline.
I'm back here.
Thank you, Caroline. They named it because it has a hairy wing, and that's how they came up with the name. So this guy, or gal, only lives 2 weeks and never eats. So no donuts, no carrots, nothing, no hamburger. Okay, so the next one is, so the caddis fly, this is the caddis fly larva. And guess what? You, in a few minutes, are going to be the caddis fly larva.
Yay!
I You want to be a caddis fly adult because you made a caddis fly home out of blankets?
Yeah, and I slept all night, and now I'm a caddis fly.
Now you're a caddis fly adult.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. All right, so notice how this caddis fly doesn't have a lot of clothes on. And it looks a little scared. So we already talked about this. Remember last year we studied the mason bees and their life cycles and what they built their nests out of. And we already talked about that, mud. And why do they have that name? We already talked about that. Because they build out of rocks and mortar. And then when debris came, we saw the caddisfly larva. And we already know why they build those, but I don't think we just talked about that. Why do the caddisfly build these cases? Paige.
For protection and a nice home, because if they didn't have it, then they would be eaten and they would live a lot shorter than
They would be gone because they would be eaten. So they build them for protection and for a nice home. I like that. Yes, you're right. They do build them for protection. And it is kind of cool that they have a nice home while they're a larvae. I'd like a nice home if I were a larvae. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So the life cycle of the caddisfly, we had the life cycle. You guys made the storyboard, and Clyde, you did a great job drawing the life cycle of a caddisfly. You're an entomologist in the making, my friend. So a caddisfly lives as an adult, lays its eggs. The eggs go into the water, and you can't see the bottom, unfortunately. Here's the larva. The larva builds its case, becomes a pupa, and then emerges as an adult caddisfly, and the cycle continues. Okay, the next slide. So when we were in the vernal pool, here are some of the things we collected. What do they have in common? So let's look at them and then tell me. Oh, there's a little hole. They came in. Next. Oh, there's his front door. Okay, next. Yep, there's the front door, the back door, front door, back door. And look at what they're made out of. Front door? Or maybe that's the side entrance, who knows?
I don't know. That's a mossy door? That's one of them. This is the one that we found.
I love this one.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? It's structure is so amazing.
I love it.
It's like a log cabin. I mean, that caddis fly is a better builder than I am. Yes, Hannah.
I like it. It's so like if an animal tried to eat it, it would like get hurt because there'd be the fish sticking out of it.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe it's camouflage so the other animals won't
They
even
can
see it.
camouflage to the bottom.
Pardon me?
They can camouflage to the bottom.
Camouflage to the bottom, right. And where were all of these? Why could we see them? Caroline, you can.
Well, they were in the vernal pool, and since it was all dried up, you could see things.
Wow. Yep, you're right. You're right. Do you have a question, Paige?
I just wanted to say that if the caddis fly built a house like that, or if we people built a house like that, we could play kickball with our house. Oh yeah.
That indeed we could. Okay, the next slide, please. So they use silk that they spit out of their mouth, and they mix it with some plant material or rocks or twigs that they find, and they build a protection, a home. They use pebbles and twigs and things from their environment, but here's the thing that you're going to be sort of really psyched about. The next slide, you know I'm an artist, so if we, and one other thing, Mrs. Reiley was saying that when Mrs. Ridley was here doing your book reports with you, she said that the silk is now being investigated by scientists to maybe use in like to seal wounds or to hold in surgery. So that's kind of cool that we're using caddis fly building materials in our surgical procedures. So the next slide is really cool. Not this one, sorry. This is a French artist, and he took aquariums, put caddis flies in the aquariums, and didn't give them leaves and twigs and stuff. He gave them gold and gems and pearls, and look what happened. Whoa! They made their cases out of gold.
That's a rich caddis fly.
That is a rich caddis fly.
$3,000.
So flip to the next one, please. And check this out, guys. Here's some more. Now, this is sort of neat. I contacted the magazine that published this, and I asked him for this artist's information, and he said, well, he doesn't speak English, but I'll give it to you. So I have his address, and I have his email, and I know someone that teaches French, because he's French. So I'm going to call him and see if he will Zoom with us and talk about making jewelry out of the caddis fly. But we've gone through all of this right now. And I want to tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to go out to the tent. And what I've done, hold on for 1 second, Hannah. What I've done is I've gotten a lot of cardboard, boxes and boxes of cardboard.
Are you going to make caddis fly houses?
We're going to break into groups. One of you is going to be the caddis fly larva, and the others in the group are going to help build a case around the caddis fly larva.
These might help a little too.
I don't know what's going on here.
So I have a question for you. Oh, wow, that's great. How would you build it up this way? Would you just... Oh,
I'm gonna bring it.
yeah.
Let's bring it home.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I'm not gonna tell you guys.
Here you go, here's some more.
I don't like it. We might need a. We might need a whole box. No, don't do it. Wait, I have an idea. Just cut a hole in the box.
Now that's a great idea. I don't know if that's cheating. I think that's thinking creatively is what I